I would say that I was kind of poor when I was my richest, that I had been at that point in my life in my 20s.
Very interesting. There is that saying from the Bible, like, it's easier for, no, it's like the camel passing through the eye of the needle.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's
Yeah,
easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it would be for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven, I think is what it is.
Yeah. I hope that is not, the case, because I don't like to discriminate or be negative against people.
Oh, yes, I did not mean that.
No, you were not doing that. You were not doing that. But I do think a lot of people in our society are just like, oh, someone's rich, fuck them, like they don't need anything. And
totally.
Yeah. And I just don't care how much money somebody has. It's easy to say that, right? You need to be a certain level of like comfort or whatever. But yeah, I just care so much more about the way people live in the world, what they feel, what they think, their energy. That matters so much more to me. And I'm curious about people's problems, their ideas, what they think about. That's what I care most about. So I tend to find the subject of money interesting because it was fetishized in my family. I worked so hard to make money. I realized what a fallacy a lot of it is. And I realized what's good about it too, because the convenience and time thing is true. But yeah, now I'm like, oh, that's what I want. Can I use my money for that? Because, like investing in thoughts and feelings. That's me. Just costs money to do that. So I'm trying to do that. That's where I'm trying to figure it out.
I mean, this whole idea of like people hating rich people, like I think that there's a little bit of that in me too. And I was big Bernie Sanders person for a long time, and I think that there's and the whole Occupy Wall Street that happened many years ago, I think has sort of gotten people into a place where they really don't like people with money or rich people.
Right.
That I've been trying to kind of work my way back from. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Jordan Peterson, who was talking about hey, with this whole the 1% and the 99%, and you being alive right now on this planet, you are part of the 1%. Mm-hmm. And when I heard him say that, just it opened my mind up to the possibility of wow, what if I'm not poor? What if I'm already totally rich? And these were just concepts that I'd never entertained before. Mm-hmm. And it felt so good to allow myself to entertain them, almost as if hating rich people. I didn't realize that that's what I was doing, but mm-hmm. I'm still confused about our billionaires, to be completely honest. I'm I don't know what they're doing with their money. That strikes me as weird. I don't know, but it's weird that I think about them and then I connect that with me not making as much money, as if that actually had some connection there. And I don't think there is. But for some reason it's been very they're rich and therefore I can't be, or something has been a little bit, I think, under the surface there for me for many years. And I'm just now kind of coming to grips with no, we can all have enough. It's fine. There's things out there for all of us. We can all be rich, if rich is just having what you need to live a fulfilled life, which is going to be a different amount of money to every person. And I don't know if that's the best definition of rich.
Oh, there's so much in there. There's so much in this. I mean, the first thing to think about is, to be a billionaire, you have to be something on the level of a psychopath in terms of how much you work. I would find it difficult to imagine that any billionaire spends quality time with their family. Maybe they value family and see their family and that they care about that, but I just don't think you can spend at least the amount of time I want to spend with my family and be a billionaire. I don't think it's possible, because it's ridiculous levels of competition. Your time is demanded tremendously. You have huge responsibility. you're sacrificing for perhaps the greater good of a company you're creating or something, or perhaps for an endless desire for accumulation or whatever it is. You're sacrificing a lot of the quality of your life, I believe. And you may be flying around in private jets, but I doubt you are just like, this is so great, like you're so. And I have mixed feelings about the idea of billionaires too, only because at a certain level you start to be associated with the people that kind of make the systems that we all live in, like Congress or something like that, and you can pay them to keep the system going for you. And I'm trying to not make this sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's true. I mean, there are many lobbying firms that you can pay, and they will do their best to keep a law the same or change the law or something like that. And you get to play with the system more. You're not working hard and seeing the results of your money, seeing the result in that people pay you money. You can move numbers around in a spreadsheet and make money, or you can just you're at such a high level in terms of playing around with the strings of the system that people are in at that level, that it's a reasonable question to ask. Is that right? Because these people are not better than anyone else and deserve better. There's a good argument to be made that if they earned it, that they deserve a huge reward for that, because we want them to keep doing. We want more Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Keep doing things, Elon. Keep making money, but the level of reward and the type of access it gives, is that proper? I think that's a legitimate question, but I appreciate your candor in talking about like how tempting it is to just hate rich people. I just feel like, why is it okay to hate anyone for a characteristic? Well, I suppose there's a lot of negative characteristics, but something like that's I just think that there are many people and groups that, like journalism, that profits from extreme feelings people have. And it's like, when you have just the idea, there's always going to be a 1% in everything, in violin players or whatever it is, there's a 1%. Just to hate 1% of people feels like not a good use of energy, and just like generalizing too much.